So there are two main categories of scholarships. Firstly, you have the income or needs-based scholarship, and secondly, you have the merit-based scholarship. So today we're going to be talking about the merit-based scholarship specifically, but of course I will be talking about the income or need-based scholarship later on in my further videos, because this is the first video of a series that I'm starting, which is called the scholarship series, whereby I'll be answering all the questions and discussing all the issues regarding scholarships as a whole, ranging from questions like how to get a medical scholarship if that exists, or even how to get an overseas scholarship without getting straight A plus necessarily. And maybe, just maybe, if the support is okay enough, then maybe I can even give you a little timeline or story about how I got my scholarship in the first place. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel and make sure that you click that notification icon, because you want to make sure you are up to date with all of your scholarship issues before you apply for scholarships or even aim for scholarships to begin with. So let's get right to it. So the first thing I want to talk to you about would be the types of scholarships that we have, and that would be firstly the private scholarship, which would include companies like Shell, Petronas, The Star, and etc. Secondly, we have the government scholarships, and government scholarships would include like JPA, MARA, JPA meaning like PSD, the Public Service Department, and many other institutions like even the Securities Commission SC. And thirdly, we have the GLCs, which would be a mixture of private and government. And a few examples would be Bank Negara Malaysia, Yayasan Khazanah, UEM, PNB, and also Maybank. How do scholarships really work? Now, this is a very interesting question. So we have three types as a whole. Firstly, we have the full bond scholarship, which would be scholarships whereby if you are a scholar under that particular body, you have to serve a full bond. It depends on the company, of course. So sometimes it can be a 5-year bond, sometimes it can be a 10-year bond, some go to the middle and say 8 years. And basically, if it's a full bond scholarship, then you have to work for them after your period of studies, and it is compulsory. There's no other alternative for you. Now, the second type of scholarship that we have would be the no bond scholarship. So this scholarship usually will have a catch to it. For instance, MARA, if you are a scholar or MARA scholar and you don't have to serve a bond, then you still have to pay 10% of your total education funds back to MARA after your period of studies. Or even if it is Taylor's or Sunway, for instance, if they provide you a full scholarship, eventually you still have to pay for your exam fees. And then if you have to move to Kuala Lumpur or Subang, then you have to pay for your accommodation, and they don't cover that, or your food. And of course, there are the really idealistic, the amazing scholarships that everybody would aim for instance like Kijang Emas. However, these scholarships are much more difficult to find, or actually very rare to even say so. So like for instance, Kijang Emas, they don't exist anymore. It's only Kijang now, so you don't get the privilege of not needing to serve a bond. What types of career choices can you make if you want a scholarship? So this is a very debatable question, because the first answer I'm going to give you is one that is very controversial. So the first career that you can take up if you want the scholarship would be medicine. Yes, medicine. It's very debatable and it's very complicated for me to explain this. However, be sure to subscribe, because I will be making a special video just for the application for medicine and engineering scholarships after your SPM examinations. They do exist, yes they do, and I will explain more about it in a different video because it's really long to explain. So the third type of scholarship that you can apply for would be if you want to pursue a career in accounting, finance, economics, anything related to the banking sector. And self-explanatoryly, you have the banks providing these scholarships. Sometimes even oil companies or energy companies would be providing scholarships for economics, so keep a lookout on that. The fourth type of field that you can apply for if you want to apply for a scholarship would be material sciences or even chemical engineering. Basically anything that relates to chemistry, and of course it will depend on the company, so it depends on whether or not the company would provide that scholarship, or even whether or not they would have a job to give you after you graduate in the first place. Then fifth, we have mathematics. So this is much more flexible. Of course, you can do statistics, you can do mathematics just generally, you can do data science, software engineering, whatever you want actually under the mathematics line, so long as your company agrees that that is probably a job that they would appreciate or eventually will hire you if you do take that degree. Lastly, we have the social sciences. This is the most difficult because not many companies offer this career option. So if you want to do psychology, sociology, philosophy, or even PPE, a very interesting course, then you can apply for a scholarship. It's just that there isn't an abundance of scholarship bodies that would provide these courses for you to take in the first place. So with that being said, I will be explaining every single thing you need to know about applying for scholarships in Malaysia, because it is in fact a very complex system. It is something that doesn't just require you to get straight A's or excellent results or even to be the top in the country in order for you to get your scholarship. There are many factors taken into account when you're applying for a scholarship, and every single thing will be discussed in this channel. So be sure to subscribe to my channel and click on that notifications icon. Before I end this video, I have something really important to say, and that is, no matter what, never ever choose a career pathway based on the abundance of scholarships it provides. And that's something you have to stay true to yourself for. Basically what that means is, just because accounting or finance or economics provides more scholarships in the market, it doesn't mean that you have to approach that. In fact, the misconception that scholars are just the best representations of an ideal student is just a huge load of BS. Some students with terrible results get scholarships anyways, and some students with exceptional results and co-curricular achievements and the best leadership qualities don't get scholarships in the end anyways. So a scholarship isn't a measure of success, neither is it a measure of how good of a student you are. Rather, it's just another achievement in the spectrum of achievements you can always achieve regardless of your age and regardless of your abilities. So make sure you make the right decision. Till then, ciao.